Hello, I am a bit late. Welcome to AJS TV channel. It's Aston Villa at home to the worst team in Prep. Almost, it's close to being in Premier League history. There is a really cool tifo that we've done, which has Super John McGinn on the front of it, which is amazing, and I absolutely love that. And we'll start a poll as well for the viewers over on the red platform. Villa, Wolves, and add a third option of a draw. Bosh. Right, so it is Aston Villa against Wolves. It is the closest we've got to a rivalry. If you even want to call it that, that's up to you. Some people don't even call it a rivalry. I do hate Wolves. They probably hate us more than we hate them, in truth. But I cannot stand them. We'll go through everything, including the lineups. Hello, guys. I'm live on both platforms. Aston Villa against Wolves. I'm excited. We'll go through the teams. No Ollie Watkins is the biggest thing. Well, that I think it's the biggest change we've made at Villa this whole season. I think it's the biggest change for a big game as well. You know, you got to remember Wolves are on 2 points, right? This is a lot of faith on Donyell Marlon, but it's 100% deserved. This guy has been very good this season. He was our best player in pre-season, and I remember saying, why doesn't he start more games on pre-season? I will be surprised if Marlon doesn't succeed. That's all I'm going to say. Whether that's today, whether that is, just down the line, in this position, I think Ollie Watkins will succeed at Aston Villa. Not Ollie Watkins, sorry. Donyell Marlon. He's already has technically succeeded because he's top goal scorer. I think Donyell Marlon will succeed at Villa. It's just, can he be consistently in the team? I think Marlon, since he's been here, he's never really had that run of games. He'll just feature in and out, especially he'll feature more in the European sides that we put out. But he's never had a proper full feature in the Premier League. Maybe that starts now with Ollie Watkins only scoring 1 goal. Maybe that starts. The fact that Ollie still only has 1 goal this season, I think, is pretty bad in all competitions as well. How you doing, Jerome? HM7, yes, AJ, what we're saying? I'm excited, bro. I'm really excited today. What a game we've got in store. And I'll go through their team. I have some Wolves viewers as well. So I wonder how they will feel today. And in fairness, I've had pretty good reactions. I've had pretty good conversations with Wolves fans over the years. Benjamin says 1-0 Wolves. Yeah, it's. I will say it's the Villa way. As sad as it is to say, it is 100% the Villa way. That we go and lose to a team this bad. Anyway, as you can see on screen, I think it's on screen for everyone, it is Emi Martinez in goal. We've got a back four of Matty Cash, Ezri Konsa, Pau Torres, Luca Dean. A midfield duo of Yuri Tielemans and Boubacar Kamara. So Onana doesn't start, he's on the bench. John McGinn, Morgan Rogers, and Emi Buendia. So we're probably going to see the likes of Rogers out wide with McGinn down the middle. It's either that or we're going to see McGinn out wide. I don't know. I'd rather it's not McGinn out wide. But it is what it is. Gesson hasn't been great this season. I think an idea, by the way, would have been to play Ollie out wide. He started his career as a winger. So maybe that could have been another shout. We've had the likes of Joelinton pivot his position when they first signed for Newcastle, the striker, and now he plays in midfield. Maybe we could have just put Ollie back on the wing while he's been struggling for his form, We've kicked off, we're underway. I'll quickly go through Wolves. So Wolves play a back five. I've always said if a team plays a flat back five, it's because they can't defend. Why else would you play 5 defenders? Sam Johnson, former Villa keeper in goal. We've got a back five of Wolf, Totti, Mosquera, Agbadou, and the right wing, or we're going to say a right back, Chichawa. That makes up their entire back five. Bellegarde, who actually I do rate, one of the few players I think is pretty good. Andre and João Gomez is their midfield 3, and they have a front 2 of Arias and Bryn Larsen, who, again, not Bryn Larson, Jorgen Strand Larsen, I should say. He's very good. I think Strand Larsen is someone who struggled with his injuries, and he struggled with game time to some extent. He doesn't play full 90s very often. Maybe it's fitness related. I actually do rate Larsen. He could have left Wolves. And we'll see how it goes. I think, I don't know. I'm worried about today in a way because we always give results to teams who need it. Look at Liverpool. As our run of form has been brilliant, we lost Liverpool. We do have an early corner here. It's a good corner. Oh, it's not the greatest of touch though. Tielemans. That's a foul, surely. We put the cross in. The referee already whistled for a free kick to Aston Villa in front of the Wolves fans. Just on the right at the edge of the box. It was João Gomez who was very clumsy. Jerome says I get nervous about these types of games. I think everyone does. They are on 2 points. I need to stress this all day today. They are arguably the worst team in Premier League history. I mean, the lowest point tally ever was Derby County on 11. And if their averages work out, they will finish around that. Still have a long way to go. This is only game week 13, I should say. So still a long way to go, but they've been terrible. Free kick to Villa. Digne floats it towards the back post. Header! Off the bar! Oh, and it's into the side netting from Digne. Villa hit the crossbar inside the first 2 minutes. Lovely cross from the free kick. Was it Pau Torres' flick header as well? Really good floated free kick from Digne. Oh, yeah, Johnson's had a nightmare there. Johnson's come out to reach the ball, the former Villa keeper. He's missed it. It's hit the shoulder of Kamara. He actually knows absolutely nothing about it. It just hits Kamara's shoulder, loops onto the crossbar, and bounces clear for Wolves. It would have been a very hilarious way for them to have gone a goal down inside 2 minutes at Villa Park, but that's a chance. I think there's definitely a chance for Villa. Benjamin says, we're such traumatised fan base that I genuinely think we'll lose today. I think it's because it's just the Villa way, and this is not even just like, it's not even Villa fans like overreacting or anything. This is just something that we're notorious for, which is a bit sad. I just need to fix some stuff on screen. There you go. And that for some reason, my scoreboard is a little bit broken, so I apologise, guys. I'll try and fix that. If you just bear with me. Free kick to Wolves for a foul. I think was it Pau Torres there? I didn't quite see because I'm trying to do this. Oh, I will say, if they beat us, we are in for a miserable time. Can you imagine? Because they'll probably, no matter what happens today, I still think they'll go down. At least as of right now. But can you imagine their fans? Oh, how unbearable their fans would be. I don't want to even think about it, to be honest. It's not worth thinking about it. Wait, what have I done here? I might have messed up even more, actually. Oh, no, that is right. That is right. Yeah. Okay, we're all good. We're good. Yeah, we got the timer on screen, which includes seconds now, which is pretty cool. They play a back five. They're gonna be very defensive all game today. I wouldn't be very surprised if it's gonna be quite a fairly low tempo, high Villa possession kind of game. They're gonna sit back, try and hit us on the counter attack break. They're gonna know we're probably gonna squeeze high, condense the part of the pitch they can play in, so they're probably just not going to play short passes. They're going to go direct. So we do have to be careful. Let's not forget that they do have some threat. I will say their top goal scorer is on 1 goal, but it's like shared between several players. They haven't had a standout goal scorer yet. Could be today, though. Could be today. I technically have Tottenham are the best team. It's just in an old video. But I have technically. Kamara finds Konza into Pau Torres. Lovely ball into Marlon. Back heel from Marlon. Finds Buendia. Gets a bit unfortunate. It just kind of ricochets away from Buendia, and then he fouls his man. And this is what I mean. You don't want to give them opportunities to tick the time down, because this is what they're just gonna do, unfortunately. They will take their time with set pieces. They will take their time. Everything. They're gonna do anything basically to thwart us and stifle our attack. Good tackle from McGinn on Larson. I'll keep an eye on the scores around the ground as well, because it's not just us that are playing currently. Also, do get involved in the poll. We have a score prediction poll over on the Red platform if you want to go over. AJS TV. Feel free to follow me on any platform. I'm basically there. It is goalless between Forest and Brighton and West Ham Liverpool. Earlier today, Palace did lose 2-1 at home to Man United after being 1-0 up from a Mateta penalty. I will say it's a bit of a surprise. I didn't think United would go there and win. So fair play to United, I guess. It's a decent result for them. I still don't think they're the way of that they play football with Amorim. I don't think it's the way forward for them if they're ever going to get back to where they want to be. But that is just my honest opinion. Guys, double tap the screen. I appreciate all your support as always. Larson flicks it forward. One back though, brilliantly by Villa. It's Torres. Oh, Marlon, by the way, still has the cut on his head. It has, I think, healed a little bit, but it's still very visible. The camera did pan to Daniel Marlon. And yeah, poor guy. Poor guy. Buendia, good takedown. I will say, we are getting heavily surrounded, which is a bit frustrating. Pau Torres. I've yet to really see Wolves touch the ball in our half. Yeah, he's not so shiny right now. he has a very visible wound. Tielemans. Oh, good pass into Buendia. Buendia out wide finds Digne. Cross towards Marlon. Very well defended, to be fair. Very, very solid defending. Just going to get up the lineup on my tablet because I forgot all about doing that. Really dangerous cross from Digne. He's already provided a few of those. One from a free kick, and now from the left-hand side, early ball into Marlon. We're going to have to do well, though, to beat a back five. It's not super easy. Even the worst team that plays a back five, you still have to work hard to beat that. Cash now, on his left, crosses in towards the far post. Another header away. This time, Agbadou for Wolves. Is Agbadou actually blocked the cross as well as the number 12? How you doing, Harry? Up the fucking Villa till I die. And Archie says, gonna piss this mate. Look, let's not. No, Archie. Let's not, because we did this with Liverpool. This is a notorious Villa thing where whenever we play a team that needs to win, we are Dr. Aston Villa. We will give you what you need. We are the remedy. Let's not, okay? Let's not think that way. Of our incredible run, I think we've won 10 out of our last 13. And one of those losses was Liverpool. So I don't want to hear this. I do not want to hear it. Should it be that case? Yes, but we don't work that way. Cash scoops it forward, trying to find McGinn. It is John McGinn playing out wide, and it's something that I didn't like earlier this season. So maybe it's just the idea that they're going to play quite deep, and it's better to have someone with, more accurate passing. It's not like we're going to have many options to play quickly. So maybe the idea is, well, if we have someone... we don't mind having someone a bit slower out wide because we're probably going to be trying to work the ball into their box anyway. That's a foul on Buendia, surely. The referee said it was coming together. Buendia still hurt. They do play a direct ball, Wolves. And Pau Torres is beaten for pace, and they do have an opportunity here. I think it's Arias. Cuts it back. It's Andre. It's the first bit of any kind of possession for Wolves in the first 10 minutes of this game. Tarty. I want to see what they do with the ball because we've not really seen this. Like I said, it's been 10 games. 10 games. It's been 10 minutes and we've not seen any kind of possession for them. Archie says 4-1 Villa. Well, you're going to do very well to score 4 goals against a solid, flat back 5 if you don't come forward. So we'll see how that goes. But, yeah. Is their captain Totti on the ball again? They've still kept the ball throughout this time, but they've not threatened Villa. They've just gone sideways. Villa do press them, and they do fall back a little bit here. Totti's about 35 yards from his own goal. He receives the ball. Good pass into Bellegarde, and he's one of the few players for Wolves that I am worried about, and he plays it towards the left-hand side. Cross comes in, headed away by Kamara, won back by John McGinn. That's really well played by John McGinn. Oh, but then Rodgers doesn't read his pass. It was a risky ball, but he was hoping that Morgan Rodgers can get to that pass. They're playing it. I'll give them credit, Wolves. They're playing it quite nicely right now. And believe it or not, they've had more ball possession than Aston Villa. Oh, there's no way he's given a foul off for that. Emi Buendia is fuming because he had one where he had a challenge like a few minutes ago where the referee didn't give him anything, and now he does catch his face a little bit, but he's definitely tried to earn that free kick. Wolves, I think Buendia is just frustrated that he probably should have had a free kick of his own, which wasn't given, and he goes and gives one away, which some would say is soft. Chris Kavanagh, yeah. I mean, the last time we played Chris Kavanagh, Morgan Rodgers mouthed "your fucking shit" to him. So, he's not the best. He's not the best. And I hope it doesn't turn into, Chris Kavanagh Day. That's what I'm worried about. That is what I am worried about. Just bear with me as I try and slightly adjust my on-screen thing here. As you can see, no Ollie Watkins today. He still only has 1 goal this season, so it's probably fair to see Daniel Marlon start. He's deserved it. He had a very good, very good midweek. He got taken off early. You can go back to my stream, by the way. He got taken off he's like the 58th minute or something very silly. And I said, I reckon he's doing this because he may start him at the weekend. And he did just that. I did remember thinking, he's got 2 goals. We're playing well. And I'm like, the only reason why you'd bring him off this early is if you had any kind of plan to start him at the weekend. Yeah, that's what's happened. Don't think we've ever won with him being ref. Oh dear. I don't want to. I'm not looking at our stats for this referee. I refuse. It's not worth it. I mean, that is a hopeless long ball forward for Wolves. I mean, you can see why they play that tippy-tappy ball because Agbadou tries to play like a 40-yard ball and gives the ball straight back to Aston Villa. They do keep it quite well, Wolves, but it's not threatening. So in that whole sustained possession of about 5 minutes, where they pretty much had only, it was only them who had the ball and Villa trying to nick it off them, they didn't do anything with it. They just went sideways, and at the moment they ventured forward, they lost the ball. So if they do get a lead here, they can slow the game down with their passing. It's just, it might be very hard for them to get that goal because the way they play is so negative. Oh, that's a good pass from Sam Johnson under pressure. There's no way he gives that. Okay, I'm not liking how this game's starting with this referee. I'm not liking how this game is starting. This referee has given every soft foul already. Let the game flow, man. It's a 50-50. I hate referees who are like this. Not everything has to be whistled. That's a great pass. Wolves have a chance here. Strand Larsen. Oh my God, Wolves have scored. Wolves have scored. I fucking said this. I said this. Strand Larsen makes it 1-0. I said this. Oh, wait. It might be offside. It might be offside. We might be saved. The offside flag does come up. They'll probably check that. That's a very late flag. They waited several seconds after scoring to raise that. But this is how dangerous they can be. And I said, look, they do have players who score goals. And in my preview, Larson was one of the two that I called out for being a top player. Yeah. So what's happened is, the number 10 for Wolves, which is Arias, is in front of Martinez. I don't know if this does get disallowed. It's another one of the cases of someone offside. Are they impacting the view of the keeper? They are. And he ducks out the way. This should get disallowed. It's the fact that it's been disallowed on the pitch probably shows it's going to be disallowed in the game. It will not stand. It still remains goalless. That is the threat, though. And this is a wake-up call for Aston Villa that they, Wolves can score goals. And despite how negative they set up and how defensive they play, we have to be careful on the counter-attack. So at least that's just a little bit of the, let's still be careful here. And of course, in typical Villa fashion, it was their first shot on target. That would have been their first goal. Kamara finds Tielemans. Back to Kamara again. I'm not overly happy with how we started this game, I will say. We've kind of played into their hands a little bit. It's nice from Tielemans, though, and Tielemans is apparently not fouled. Which I don't mind him not giving that as a foul, but at least be consistent. Because every time two players comes together, whoever comes away with the ball, the referee basically gives a foul to the other team. Tielemans, what is he doing there? Tielemans has lost the ball in a very silly situation. But to be fair, him and Buendia do very well to win it back. Now Buendia is down. Torres forward to Rodgers, gets it back. Well played, Pau Torres. Still Pau Torres. Oh, that's really well. This has been a chaotic midfield battle. Bellegarde coming away with it. You got Pau Torres making tackles and running forward, like he's an attacking midfielder. It's John McGinn for Villa. McGinn finds Cash. Matty Cash gets a shot away. Good save, Sam Johnston. It got stuck under his feet a little bit. Matty Cash. I think this is why he probably rushed the shot. I'm seeing the replay here. I'm pretty certain, yeah. When this pass from McGinn, it just is a little bit behind Cash. It gets stuck under him a little bit. Then he tries to shift it out his feet, but he got no room to generate any power. So it's a simple save for Sam Johnston in the end. Benjamin says no urgency again, and we need to wake up. Yeah. It's just been a slow game. This is what annoys me about Villa when we play teams who are not great on form. We kind of play the way they want to play, right? Against Liverpool, they struggle with direct football. We didn't play that way at all the whole game. And Wolves want us to play slow here. Chance cross towards Rodgers. It goes down, and the referee will wave away appeals. Rodgers still claiming he was fouled in the box. He's back on his feet, and it will take a lot to overturn it. Tielemans has a go from range. Oh, good save, Sam Johnson. Villa have a corner. Okay, this is a little bit better now. And I want to see this replay on Rodgers. Because Rodgers goes down and looks at the referee and waves his hands. It's, I will say, it's not a conventional save from Sam Johnson. I think there's a lot of power in that. Yeah, I don't think there's a foul on Rodgers we only saw one angle of that. Johnson, I don't think that's a confident save. That's all I'm gonna say. It's at him, but he kind of like palms it sideways. It's a really weird save to make. Maybe the spin of the ball was a bit awkward for Sam Johnson. Corner to Villa. The referee whistled. Is there some jostling he probably didn't agree with there? Oh, they're trying to say that there was a bit of pushing and shoving there. Emi Buendia is coming over to Digne as we're going to take this corner. Being played like pre-season friendly, says Gary. Yeah, you wouldn't think this is a derby game with the tempo of this kind of game. Digne will take the corner, left-footed. Flicked on at the far post. It's over. Good idea. Tielemans' header wasn't great, though. Unfortunately, the execution just did not work at all. I don't think set pieces will be the way to unlock this team. We just have to be positive, and it's okay to be direct. We've not been direct at all today. Yeah, Rodgers just misses the ball, and he feels someone behind him, so he goes down. I think Rodgers is trying to win a penalty there, to be honest. Yeah, Meron says we've been shit. It hasn't been great. So we've played into their hands. We have played into their hands so far. This is exactly how they wanted this game to play. They wanted it to be slower. They wanted it to be just a midfield brawl, and that's exactly what it's been. Villa have it, though, with that throw from Digne to Rodgers is just ridiculous. I mean, he's just thrown it straight at him at like a 50 miles an hour. And then Rodgers, obviously, his touch isn't great, and somehow he gives a foul away. Jay says we'll win 2-0. I've said all season McGinn out wide doesn't work, and he's not really been involved. McGinn, I love McGinn when he's involved in the middle. This is the kind of game you have McGinn in the middle. I'm sorry. If there's ever a game for it, it's now. John McGinn out wide. I just feel like we've gone down this route far too many times, and it has never really worked. And I'm very surprised we've done it again today. Good. This is nice, sir. Good pass into Buendia. This could be a counter-attack for Villa, the first of the game. Emi Buendia down the heart of Wolves. His pass is pretty poor. Does go to Rodgers. And the counter-attack kind of does end, but we still have possession. Rodgers, edge of the box. Rodgers has a go, and that's really poor. I mean, I think less said about that, the better. The counter-attack had a lot of promise there. It was like a 3-on-3, but the pass to Rodgers wasn't brilliant. And then Rodgers, I don't mind him having a go, but he just doesn't catch that at all. And it goes well wide in the end. But yeah, if there's anyone who's happy with how this game has been, it's definitely their new manager. He would be absolutely delighted. I reckon he would have gone into this game saying, look, let's not worry about our game plan. Let's frustrate them, and we'll get a moment at some point in the game. And that's kind of what's happened. They got their moment. They played it down the right, and it was Chichao who put the ball into the box for Larson, who did score, but the offside flag came up as, I mean, Arias, he didn't even need to be there. I still think Larson probably scores that, whether Arias is there or not. It's just, you know, they have their other striker who runs in the way of Martinez, obstructs his view from an offside position. And then, you know, we've seen a lot of controversy about these decisions in the last few months. And the ones that 100% get taken off all the time is if they've, like, ducked out of the way. We saw it with Liverpool against Man City when Robertson ducked out the way of Van Dijk's header. Those are the ones that consistently get ruled out. And we've seen it again today. So I was a bit worried when I first saw the replay. I was like, well, you know, it gets given on field, but will that stand? Rodgers into Tielemans. Yuri Tielemans does try and find Cash. Not a great ball from Tielemans. He hasn't had a great game, Yuri Tielemans. I will say that. Cash does keep it alive. Back to Yuri Tielemans. Cash on the right-hand side. He does love a left-footed cross. He looked like he was going to put one in then as he shifted it onto his left foot. Kamara now into Torres. Villa push very far forward. I mean, Pau Torres is 35 yards from their goal. That's high. That's how high we've pushed forward here. Cash finds John McGinn out the right-hand side. I mean, McGinn, they're trying to foul him there, and he's actually hurt himself trying to foul McGinn. What? Are you serious? This referee is mental. What? They've gone to foul McGinn. You couldn't write this. They've gone to foul McGinn. It was Wolf, I think, their left wing back. He's hit his head into McGinn trying to foul him, but because he's gone down her with his head, the referee stopped play. Are you serious? He's gone to foul him. He's literally gone to foul McGinn. He's hurt himself in the process, and the referee stops play. Are you actually having a laugh? You couldn't write that. That is some horrendous refereeing. Just play on. His intent is to foul Villa. That's his intent. He's just ran into McGinn. I can't believe he stopped play there. That is absolutely ridiculous refereeing. It's his own fault that he's ran out trying to foul him. Oh, what an absolute joke, man. At most, you'd have had to have waited like another few seconds anyway, because we're about to put a cross in. Oh, what a joke, man. And obviously, like, McGinn's in space then because the players ran to him and hurt himself. Absolute load of shite. Absolute load of shite, man. So what, if I go for a 50-50 and I lose, all I've got to do is fall on the floor and smack my head? Is that what I've got to do? To get the game to stop, the referee to stop the game? Oh, absolute ridiculous refereeing. And now we have to wait like a minute, which again disrupts the flow of the game, which finally Villa was starting to have. I had a worry with Chris Kavanagh, man. I really did. I really had a worry with Chris Kavanagh. Not many referees would have stopped play there. Jay, we are building pressure on them, but how can we keep it up and keep up this tempo with stoppages like this? We have a drop ball, McGinn towards the far post, and it goes out of play. I hate this fucking referee, man. This ref is such a joke. He's such a joke, man. It completely has disrupted our attack, and we lose the ball straight away. What a piss take. What an absolute piss take. Horrible referee. Horrible referee. And I know when we're going to be chasing this game at some point. God forbid we have to chase this game. It's going to be a nightmare because he won't allow us to make any kind of challenge and he'll give them a foul. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, Jay, we would go third with a win, which is another, I've seen this script before of Aston Villa. Oh, what a fucking joke, man. Cash clears long. Good tackle from him as well, in fairness. And we have it with John McGinn. McGinn is being wrestled to the ground. I mean, he does play advantage. It's just ridiculous what I'm seeing. Buendia, Rodgers has acres of space. Buendia's pass is terrible. What are we doing out here, man? This is shocking. What on earth are we doing? Between the referee and with how we've played. This is a horrid way to start a game. Horrid way. Half an hour played at Villa Park and we're struggling to do simple, 5-yard passes. For God's sake, man. It annoys me how stop-start this game has been anyway. But then we finally have a chance. And Buendia's pass is shit. Rodgers has acres of space out the right-hand side. I get he wants to, dribble a bit further forward. And then, at the right time play the pass. But he just waits far too long. Oh, man. I love this club, but I hate it sometimes, man. They drive me insane. Wolves have been battered every week. They're on 2 points. And we're making this out like it's a mid-table clash between, two very rugged, tough teams. We have yet to cause Sam Johnson anything, really. The closest we've come was a free kick that Johnson missed that hit the shoulder of Kamara. Way! He's giving us a free kick. Way! And I see the Villa fans are also cheering it. Oh, wow. He's actually given Villa a foul. Oh, my God. It happened. Tears in my eyes. It happened. And poor Marlon has just not been involved today at all because we just can't get the ball forward. We can't find anyone in. So our final third play has been absolutely ridiculous, catastrophic. Like Villa have been in the final third. It's getting simple things wrong. Free kick to Villa. Digne takes short. Finds McGinn in the box. McGinn on the byline. Still John McGinn. I mean, he's done well actually. It's a good car. It is a good cutback, but they read it very well, in fairness. It was the only way he could have gone. Because he was surrounded by 3 Wolves players. He wriggled between them. Found an option to cut it back to Matty Cash at the edge of the box, but it was the only place he could have put the ball. Oh, okay, NS, you can shut up, man. Honestly, if you don't want to watch, then don't watch. Everyone else here will know exactly what I'm on about. You're allowed to. If you're happy, if you're genuinely happy with how this is playing, we're playing one of the worst teams in Premier League history, and this is how we've played so far. I want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. They could go down, statistically, they could go down as the worst Premier League team in history. And you want me to be calmer about this? Please go and do one. Thank you very much, you clown. And I know we've got a long time to go. And guess what? If we're going to score today, we're going to have to play better than this. And when that happens, if that happens, I will then cheer that on and celebrate that. As of right now, we're coming nowhere near their goal. We're coming nowhere near 3 points this afternoon if it continues the way it does. I'm very rarely negative on this channel. I've had criticism the other way, that I can be a bit too positive. Oh, that comment has rattled me. I can't lie. And that's what he wanted to hear, to be honest. But that has rattled me. Please, surely this is someone who's not seen the game. There is absolutely no chance there's someone who's not seen the game. Look, I know it's a derby. They're shit, man. I don't care. They're dog shit. They're terrible. I get it's going to be a bit more fierce. I understand that. But you look at the way Arsenal played Spurs. That's a derby. Arsenal battered them all game. Could have been more. It could have been 5 or 6. That's a derby. I want to hear it. Free kick Villa, right-footed, flicked on by Marlon, and it is cleared. I've been very positive about Europa League. I think we are one of the best teams in that competition. I've been very happy with how we played at home. We did lose to Go Ahead Eagles. That is a right to complain about. But I've been happy with how we've played this season. It's just Watkins frustrates me every game, so that's going to be a little bit of negativity. Overall we've been pretty good this year. It's just today we've been absolute shite. Here's John McGinn on the right-hand side. 33 minutes gone, still goalless. Bear in mind, they had a goal ruled out. They've come closer than us to scoring today. They've come closer than us. And I'm being told that, I should calm down. I'm a negative Nancy, whatever the hell they said. They've come closer than us. They're on 2 points. Buendia for Villa. Trying to find Rodgers. And they've just wrestled it off us every time. We have struggled with their physicality today. And I know that's like another part of a derby. Like to be physical, but we struggled with them. Buendia, he goes down. Referee doesn't want to give a free kick to Villa again. And again, Buendia waving his arms towards the referee. Passing to Rodgers down the left-hand side. I mean, Marlon is being ragdolled here. Is he not going to say anything to the referee? I'm watching Marlon. As we've got the ball, I want them to show that. Marlon's getting absolutely ragdolled. Is that just allowed then? He's just allowed to just keep pulling him and pushing him. I mean, this is frustrating. This is very frustrating. Corner to Aston Villa. We take it short. Good idea. We've got it back though. We tried to lay it off to John McGinn, but they're very quick, in fairness, to intercepting that ball. And we get another foul, free kick to Villa. It was João Gomez with the foul on Boubacar Kamara, free kick. And we take it short into Matty Cash. Cash into Daniel Marlon on the right-hand side. Still Marlon. Cuts it back to Kamara. And they are baiting us to shoot from range, which is something we don't want to do. Nice touch from Marlon, but no one there to anticipate. Short! That's never a foul. This referee, man. This referee. Villa players surround the ref. How is he giving a foul for that? I have to watch Daniel Marlon get, wrestled like he's in WWE. In fact, it's not even close to me. In fact, he gets the ball, Cash, no? Dear. Buzzer says go Villa. HL1GK, so we're all over him. We are all over him. It's just we've had a lot of the ball recently, and we are knocking on the door, but we've still yet to force Johnson into a decent save. The closest we've come was a long shot from Tielemans that he just did not want to deal with. So yeah, 7% of the game has been played in our final third, in fairness. But 42% of it has been in the middle, which is exactly where they want it to be. And we've struggled with their midfield a little bit. Because they've just been trying to shove us and push us and trip us like the whole game. It's been a very physical game. Obviously, you're going to have that in a derby. I don't know. It frustrates the life out of me because I see them week in, week out be utter shit. And then I think they've been fairly comfortable today with Aston Villa. They play a very negative defensive way, and understand that. They play a back five. And they have a lot of players, obviously, just their whole purpose is to stifle Villa. Emi Buendia, I don't think has had a good game as well. Buendia has had a lot of the ball. I don't think has done a lot with it. Then Marlon's only had 9 touches. Emi Martin, I'm glad they showed this actually, just to show how poor we've been in the final third. Emi Martinez has touched the ball 7 times. Daniel Marlon's touched it 9 times. And look, they can show Watkins on the bench all they want. It'd be the exact same with Ollie out there. This is a type of game where you probably want them both on the pitch at some point. Because when you've got 3 centre-backs, you want to split their attention. And maybe we do go with the more, the more conventional 4-4-2 with 2 out-and-out forwards. McGinn finds Tielemans. Tielemans. He will get that, Buendia. I don't think it's the pass that I wanted to see there, really. But we do keep possession. I don't think Tielemans has been all that great today, in fairness. He'll line another one up. Tielemans, and into the hands of Sam Johnson it goes. I know he can hit them, Tielemans. He has a catalogue of screamers from distance, but I don't think that's the way we beat them today, is with a Tielemans 40-yard special. I won't begrudge him of the shot, though, in fairness, because I'd rather have a go than, tippy-tappy, piss it round the edge of the box and then just lose it or the referee gives a foul. So, in a way, I don't mind it. We are coming up to half time. I'm hoping that Unai can sort something out in the second half. I think he wanted us to be a bit more physical, which is why we got John McGinn out wide. I think we just need more attacking options. Someone who can if we can have a player who can take on a man out wide, it could cause some problems. We've not really tried to take on anyone. Their structure crumbles if you have a defender, get beaten by a little dribble or something like that. I think that's how you will take down a team like this. You're either good enough to pass through it, or you work through it. Maybe with some trickery out wide. We've not really done either. We've tried to pass through them, and it's just not worked. Javi says we're playing like a bottom table team. We're just playing how they want. We are literally playing this game exactly how they'd want us to play it. They're buzzing. This is another reason why I keep saying things like I'm not exactly happy with how this game has panned out. They're happy. You can't tell me to be positive about how Villa have played so far this game if they're buzzing about it. Because why are they buzzing about it? They will be absolutely loving this. I'm just seeing the comments online. Buendia winding me up. Need movement up top. But Buendia's just been. I think he's been really poor today. I think really, really poor. And this is the kind of game. This is the kind of game where I'd want Harvey Elliott. But I mean, has he even been put on the bench? What are our options today? Barkley, Bizot, Bogard, Gesson, Lindelof, Matson, Onana, Sancho, Watkins. I think this is another day you'd look to the likes of Ian Matson, maybe. You do lose the set pieces of Digne, and we've come a little bit close a few times with his crosses. But I think you do look for Ian Maatsen in the second half, 100%. And I do like the dynamic we have down the left. I think it's nice. In some games, it suits a Digne. In some games, it suits an Ian Maatsen. I think today probably suited Digne a bit more from the start, but especially as this game progresses, it does look more like, it does to me. It looks more like it will be a Maatsen game, especially with his passing down the left hand side. I'd bring on Sancho as well. Sancho actually takes on players. I think that could be a way to their goal right now. Sancho, for all the critics that you can give him, all the criticism you can give Jadon Sancho, he does take on players, and this might be something that we need to look towards. To be honest. Yeah, we've just got no pace on the wings. We've got Emi Buendia and John McGinn out wide. What pace does that include in reality? Oh, Marlon Rogers looking decent. Marlon's barely been involved. Morgan Rogers has not been amazing, in fairness. I just think we've struggled to get those players will excel in the final third. And at the final third, we have been really poor with our passing. Wolves put a cross in, it will float harmlessly out for a goal kick. Man. I love this club, but they don't half kill me, man. I swear. Cash for Aston Villa. We're going to try and build from the back. They have pressed a bit higher than I thought they would, Wolves. We go back to Martinez. And they do start to drop off a little bit. Martinez into Ezri Konsa, who, I will say the back line haven't really been tested. I've barely seen Konsa have to make any kind of challenge today or do anything. Even their disallowed goal came on the left-hand side, which Konsa was not involved in. Cash scoops it forward, takes deflection, does find its way to John McGinn on the right-hand side. McGinn is elbowed in the face. I mean, the referee... He gives a little slap in the face on Buendia, and that's enough to stop play. An elbow in the face of John McGinn, no, that's fine. Just play on. Just play on. An elbow is fine. Just where is the consistency, A little tiny slap on the face from Buendia, where it grazes the face of, was it Agbadu? I can't remember for Wolves. It might have been Bellegarde. That was enough to blow and give a free kick, but an actual elbow into the face of McGinn, no, that's fine. This referee is absolute shite. Absolute shite. And look, we've been very shite today too, but you kind of need one of the two to be a bit better in a game when you're playing a very defensive, very aggressive team. I mean, I will say that's not a foul in fairness. Kamara has just been wrestled. Their midfield three have been very good. And that's probably, that hurts me to say that. Their midfield three of Bellegarde, Andre, and João Gomez have just battled harder than our midfield. And I think that's unacceptable. They're going to be more physical. We knew this. We knew this going into this game, that they were going to be more physical. Is this not Onana's kind of game? Onana's 6'5", and he's very technical on the ball. Is this not Onana's game as well, by the way? If he's fit, and he's on the bench, then he might not necessarily be fit. Oh my God, Martinez had to make a save. This is what I mean. They've just forced Martinez into a very decent save there, and they've got a corner. We've not forced Johnson into anything, really. And look how well they work the ball into the box. You know what? Konsa, I actually think, does pretty poor there. Larson gets ahead of Ezri Konsa, gets a shot at the near post. Good save, Martinez. But look at that. Look at that. They've done more than Villa have. And they've been camped in their own box the whole game. And they've done more on the break than Villa have. 2 minutes till half time. Still 0-0 at Villa Park. They do have a corner though, and this is the worry as well because they're very physical. Header, they've hit the bar. Oh my god. Cross deflected away. Jesus Christ! Wolves hit the crossbar. Wolves hit the crossbar from the corner, and Marlon's fouled. Oh, and he's really hurt by that as well. Oh, the Villa fans were not happy with the way Marlon was fouled there by Mosquera. And there should be a yellow card for Mosquera for that. Well, Wolves have come incredibly close to making that 1-0. I wonder if that clown in the comments is still watching. I mean, that's nearly gone in. It's bounced off the crossbar, onto the line, onto the post. They've actually hit the bar twice in the same header. Free header! It was a save from Martinez. And he saved it on the line. Oh my god, he didn't even hit the post a second time. It was a second save for Emi Martinez. We're relying on Martinez making ridiculous saves against bottom of the league. Are you having a laugh? I thought it was a header that went onto the bar, bounced and hit the other post. I apologise. It was Martinez tipping it onto the bar, and as he bounces down, he tips it off the line. There is no way we're relying on Martinez heroics. Cross is dangerous from Rodgers. No one attacks it. And that should be half-time. And that is half-time. Villa 0, Wolves 0. Wolves should be ahead. Wolves actually should be ahead in this game. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's an absolutely unreal save from Emi Martinez. Is the reason why the team on 2 points isn't leading a goal to 0 at halftime. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Absolutely ridiculous. We'll go into the comments and everything, guys, and give me your thoughts down. I'm live on the Red platform as well as TikTok. Please let me know what you guys think. I have been complaining all game, and I understand that it's probably not what you always want to hear, but I'm very real with how it's been. This is shocking. I'm looking on Villa's Twitter, right? Villa tweeted, "What a save, Emi." Fair enough. It was a good save. Fair enough tweeting about it. The comments, "What a save, but lads, this is fucking woeful. What are you doing? I think we all know how this story is going to end. Emery needs to fire them up now. It's poor half. We are definitely losing this. Wake the fuck up." Everyone is saying the same thing. And there was one comment saying it's an unreal save, which it was an unreal save. We shouldn't be having to rely on Emi Martinez heroics to make sure we don't lose against the bottom of the league. At home. Bear in mind, our home form is very good. We've only lost, we lost to Crystal Palace. I think we've lost 2 home games in a year. We're very good at home. You wouldn't think it. And I'm going to see their fans. They're going to be buzzing with this. Let's have a look at what their fans think. A Villa fan in the comments say, "Why did you decide to be shit for 36 games but show up against us?" Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, they're a lot of them are positive with how this game has panned out. Surprise to no one. As a Borough fan, beat them. Hate Rob Edwards, mate. We are not playing well enough. We are not playing well enough. And look, I can give my criticism, and it's deserved, for Chris Kavanagh, the referee. I can give my criticism for a lot of things. It still shouldn't. We shouldn't be having to rely on Emi Martinez to make a pretty world-class save to stop them scoring. We are utter shite, man. And I'm going to keep saying it all day. They have 2 points. If they even draw today, they've got a third of their points in the season at Villa Park. In fact, let's actually go and see they drew. I know one game they drew, which was away at Spurs. And what? Spurs want to sack their manager. So I mean, that's not even like a huge thing to say. They went to Tottenham and got something, when the Tottenham fans hate how they play football. So that's not, that's already half their points gone to that. And who's their other game? Was it Brighton? I'm gonna have a look. We're gonna have a look. Wolves at home to Brighton and Wolves away to Spurs. So away at Spurs, who I think Spurs have only won 3 home games in a calendar year or something silly like that, which is pretty ridiculous. But you can understand how Wolves have gone there and got something. Oh, this club killed me, man. Yeah, away. Wolves away have lost every game away but Spurs. Wolves have 5 losses in 6 on the road, including a 1-0 loss to Newcastle, who've been very suspect this year. Their draw away at Spurs, which they nearly won. It took a Paulinho strike from distance to deny them. They lost 2-0 away at Sunderland, 3-0 away at Fulham, and 3-0 away at Chelsea. They haven't even scored away since Spurs. Haven't even scored away since the Spurs game. They've lost 3 on the bounce away, 2-0, 3-0, and 3-0. 1 goal away all season. 1 goal. Villa at home. 1 loss. We've won 4 of our 6 home games. We've won our last 4 on the bounce at home. We beat Fulham 3-1, Burnley 2-1, Man City 1-0, and Bournemouth 4-0. 4-0. And Bournemouth are very good. Bournemouth, I mean, they've a bit patchy form recently. Bournemouth are much better than these, and we stuff them 4-0. Obviously, they're gonna play a bit more expansive because that's how they like to play football. That's fair enough, right? That is fair enough. But bloody hell, guys. Because they got like 7 defenders on. They play this way every week, mate. They play the same way every week. They did this at home to Crystal Palace. They play the same way every time. So, yeah, literally, their back 5 for Crystal Palace at home. Bear in mind, they're at home. Sam Johnson in goal. Chichawa, Agbadu, Craigie, Totti, Wolf. Only Craigie in there is the different. Every other player there is the same. Midfield, Manetzi, Andre João Gomez. Manetzi's the difference. Their entire defensive structure, right, of 9 players, only 2 of them are different from today to Crystal Palace. They lost that Palace game 2-0 at home. They lost to that Palace team 2-0 at home. So I don't want to hear it. There's no excuse. Wolves away at Chelsea. Did they set up? I'm guessing they set up another similar way away at Chelsea. I'm going to have a look at that. Again, it's a back 5. It's the same way. It's a 5-3-2 away at Chelsea. Back line of Johnson in goal, which you've seen today. Bueno, Totti, Craigie, Bueno, and Chichawa. In fairness, there are some other players in there, as Totti and Chichawa are the consistent players. But their midfield is the exact same today, and their strikers are Larson and Hwang Hee-chan. Right? Their midfield 3 and their back 5, it's the same system they play every single week, and they get stuffed every week. So this is not something that it should be we shouldn't be unprepared for this, because they played the same way every week. Fulham, they got stuffed by Fulham, who are the most mediocre team in Premier League. Oh, I'm sorry for any Fulham fans who might be watching this. Right, I respect Fulham, but you are the most mid-table, mediocre team in the league. If I can think of a team that just screams mid-table Prem, it's Fulham, right? Back 5 of Johnson, Bueno, Totti, Buendia, Agbadu, and Hoover. Midfield of Craigie, Manetzi, Bellegarde. Front 2 of Larson, Arias. They play the same way every single game, and they get thumped every single game. Agbadu got a red card in this one. Agbadu was sent off after half an hour in this game. Fulham had 19 shots to their 5. They get peppered every week. Every week they get battered. So I don't want to hear that it's because they play a back five. They get battered every week with it. Oh, I'm sick of this, man. And the other spin to that, oh, it's a derby. I don't give a shit, it's a derby. They're dog. They're one of the worst teams in this league. That's the league's ever seen. We always do this. We are so predictable. Liverpool away. That Liverpool game was a disgrace. With the way Liverpool have been playing, we were terrified of them, and they're dog shit. And look, even PSV of the Netherlands travelled there and beat Liverpool 4-1 at Anfield. And we went there with tippy-tappy football, refusing to go long, and we went a goal down because Martinez had a howler in goal and gave the ball straight to Salah, who's had a shocking season. And we went to Liverpool, who they've been utter dog shit. They've lost 6 of their last 7. The only one they didn't lose was to us. We always do this. We are Dr. Aston Villa. Whenever you need any help, rely on us. We are the person that can do it. We're Robin Hood. We steal from the better teams, give it to the poor. And this is a consistent thing that we've done for a long time. Pissing joke, man. I'm sick to death. And maybe the second half can be much better. And a bit like the Leeds game, I thought Leeds away, we were pretty shit that first half. And it was a lot better second half. And look, it wasn't perfect, but we did enough. Right? And you can forgive it a little bit because it's at Bell End Road with their vile fan base. And they make it hard to play. But we still won the game after not playing great. Sometimes you just got to dig in. That is now the time. We just have to dig in now. Get Buendia off. He's been shocking. And look, I love Emi Buendia. I really do. But, you know, I say it as it is. Buendia has been appalling. I mean, the chance in the first half when we had Rodgers completely free on the right-hand side and Buendia takes far too long to even look to decide to play the ball and he loses it. Because when he tries to play the pass, he overhits it and gives the ball straight back to them. He's been utter shit. Utter shit. Villa have the cheek, by the way, to tweet, "We've reached the break after an energetic first half." What energy? What energy has there been in this first half? Tell me. What energy has there been? All right, what would you have? What would I have on? Says RPG Gaming. This game screams for Onana. This is screaming for Amadou Onana. He's physical, he's technical, and I know he's probably not entirely fixed. I think he had a knock recently. Again, I mean, he's always bloody injury prone. As much as I love Amadou Onana, this is screaming out for Onana. Absolutely screaming out for Onana. And you know what? Unfortunately, you have to sacrifice John McGinn or Buendia for that. But you're going to have to do something. Maybe put Tielemans out wide. Maybe I don't want to say put Rodgers out wide because I think that will just remove him from the game entirely. And, you know, we don't want to go down that route. But there are things that we have to do. And I don't want to look at the likes of Evan Gesson. But Jadon Sancho is someone I would put on. And there you go. I literally read it from ads as well as I said it. Jadon Sancho is someone who will take on a man. We have not tried to take them on all game. We have not seen how their back five deals with their the fullback. Yeah, some will say wing back. We know where they sit deep with a back five. I'm going to call it a back five. Their fullback gets beaten by Sancho. We have not seen today how they respond to that. And maybe they open up a little bit down the right or down the left, right? I imagine Sancho would come in, you know, be like an inside winger down the left-hand side, and he can cut in past Chichawa. Maybe that's how we cut through them. Maybe that's how they cut through him. And a technical player like Jadon Sancho can be the difference. By the way, Forest are 1-0 down to Brighton, and I've just seen the goal that De Kuyper has scored. Even Forest beat Liverpool, and they hammered them 3-0. Oh, man, that Liverpool game still annoys me. Buendia for Sancho, easy. Easy change to make. Easy change to make, to be honest. And I want Leah. So I want, at some point, I want Matson, I want Sancho, and I want Amadou Onana. And if it's still late and it's still goalless, don't do a like-for-like sub with Daniel Marl and Ollie Watkins. Actually go for it and go 2 out-and-out forwards up front, Marl and Watkins together. Because when you've got 3 centre-backs, you want to split their focus up and have, you don't want them to all just kind of be surrounded on your... Marlon has just been completely taken out of this game because, they've sit so deep essentially. And Marlon, in fairness to him, I also think he's being fouled a lot in the box. I mean, there was one moment where Totti was basically rugby tackling him in the box. And it's like, I know it's a physical sport, but at what point do you actually, give a foul for someone who's literally got their arms around Marlon, trying to stop him from moving? At what point do you actually judge that as a foul? Anyway, that has been my rant. I do love a rant on this channel. I think that's the most I've ranted. And it's probably the most frustrated and angry I've been at Villa this season. But my God, we've been shit. We have been shit. And you can say whatever you want to try and defend it. Wolves should be winning this game. They should be winning this game. If Martinez didn't pull off that terrific save from the corner, where he tipped it onto the crossbar and then tipped it off the line as he's falling, we'd be losing this 1-0. They take the lead in this game, they win it. In fact, I'll even go as far to say, in fairness, I think whoever gets the first goal wins the game. Because I don't think they're good enough. If we can actually, drop our tempo a bit, maybe sit a little bit deeper, I don't think they're good enough to break us down unless we're trying to hit them on the break. No, I'll say that again because I didn't word that very well. They, I think, will struggle because their game plan is to hit us on the break when we've got less players back. If we have players back, I don't think they score. Maybe they get a set piece goal, which is how they nearly scored. But even then, we had players on the halfway line trying to counter attack. I think whoever gets that goal wins the game. And they nearly got it. They've already had one get disallowed for offside. So they nearly got it. Would be typical to give them their first... It is. It would be very typical. Guys, we've got 71 of you in the TikTok live. I appreciate all your support as always. And we're going to hope and pray the second half is better. We're back underway at Villa Park. It is Aston Villa, Wolves. It's 0-0. It's the side bottom of the entire league at Villa Park. They've only scored 1 goal away. They've lost every away game bar Spurs. And Spurs are notoriously bad at their ground. Surely, we can find a way. I don't care if we win the game off an own goal, right? A win is all that matters. A win is all that's important. And I was very happy that we beat Leeds, but there was definitely some criticism of that Leeds game. And hopefully it's going to be one of those where we win the game, we're happy that we win, but then we go and criticize how the game panned out. Because this first half, no matter what happens in this game, I will always remember this first half was utter shit. And maybe that could be a good thing. Maybe the second half is so good that it makes the first half look really bad, or like the first half is so bad, it makes the second half look so good. That could also be a thing. That could also very easily be a thing. But we'll see. Tielemans tries to go long looking for Marlon, and it's overhit and into the hands of Sam Johnston in goal. Do I think Aston Villa will win or Chamey? Not the way we've been playing. This reeks of 1-0 Wolves. If we continue the same way, the Wolves will win this game 1-0, and they'll sit back and defend. They nearly got the goal. So... yeah. MHSS said would be typical. Oh, no, I've already read that. This was always going to be a shit game. Wolves look the point. Then their season will change. If we are the catalyst for them surviving, we're an embarrassment. Genuinely, we should liquidate. If we're the reason, say they go and beat us today and it revives their season and they stay up, we should liquidate. Because that's shocking. I don't want to even think about that, to be honest. They always find a way every year. I say every year. I don't expect them to go down because the moment I think they're going down, they save themselves. And this year, this is the closest they've come. They've proper crawl to the edge of the cliff this year. And maybe they do fall off it. But in principle, I refuse to say they're down just yet. And they've still got a lot of football to go. Some people think they're that far adrift that they're already down. They've got a lot of football to go yet. A lot of football to go. No change at half time. I know. I don't know what that's about. Surely Unai's not happy with how we've been playing. The fact we've made no change is fascinating. It's still the same players in the same position. It's still Buendia on one side, John McGinn on the other, which again means we've got no pace out wide. And I understand that we're probably not expecting to hit them on the break too often, but there were moments in this game where we could have hit them on the break, but we got no legs. And it was Buendia trying to find Rodgers out wide, and it was Buendia who fucked it up. Yeah, no idea. No idea what he saw in the first half that he's happy with. And as a Wolves fan, we're going down, to be honest, if we don't turn around soon. Need to beat Hughes and get a game win 3. Look, you'll be the first to admit you've had a dismal season. You've been better than us today. Wolves should, I said this, Wolves should be winning today. They've come closer than we have. Like, it frustrates the life out of me. Like, they are absolutely buzzing. At half-time, Rob Edwards would have been absolutely creaming his pants with this. He would be loving it. It's gone exactly how he wanted it to go. And that winds me up. That absolutely winds me up. It's gone exactly how he wanted it to go. They've stifled us. They've frustrated us. And, their route to goal is direct when we've pushed players forward and it's set pieces. And they had one goal get disallowed for offside when they played direct. And they had one chance, which it caused a terrific save from Martinez stopped them scoring a set piece. Their two ways of scoring, they've basically nearly scored both. And we're very lucky. We're very lucky we're not 1-0 down. Because if we were 1-0 down at half time, I don't think we'd come back. Watkins and Marlon. I know Marlon is good. Watkins offers more in build-up and hold-up play. The thing is, I agree. I agree Watkins off the ball is very good. But you also need a finisher. And maybe this is the kind of game where you want both, at some point. And I know, the system Unai loves is when you have basically one striker and one shadow striker who tries to drift between midfield and attack. I feel like this kind of game when they're sitting back 30 yards from their own goal with a back five, having two strikers probably does a lot more good. Just having two options to find. Torres trying to find Digne, pass is poor again. And now Wolves go long, and they found Larson, and this is the worry again. And they do have an option in the box. Thankfully, Ezri Konsa's done really well. They still keep possession of the ball. Well, they did until the pass was pretty poor for them as well. That's better from Buendia. Cushion pass into Tielemans. We go long into Marlon. Now, this is a chance for Villa. Daniel Marlon does well, beats one. It's a 3-on-2. Daniel Marlon, his shot is really blocked. It's really well defended from Totti, to be fair. That's the moment, though. That is the moment. And we've seen Marlon take on the defender, roll past him. And now Wolves have a chance at the other end. Oh, my God. Was it Cash who slipped over? Cross. Larson has... What a challenge. What a challenge, Pau Torres. Larson is now down hurt for Wolves. They looked like they were going to score then. And Larson's hurt. I mean, that's really well defended from Pau Torres. Cash, man. I mean, as much as Cash had a good season, some of the old Cash coming in there. Oh, that's incredible defending from Pau Torres. That should be 1-0 Wolves at the far stick. Cash slips over as he loses his battle. Oh, that's such unreal defending. I want to see that replay is beautiful, and I've seen it like 3 times now. Lovely from Torres. We've seen the replay here as again Tielemans finally had a chance to play a long ball into Marlon. He nearly slips over Daniel Marlon, takes it round one. I will say, And I don't mind it to a degree. He's a little bit selfish with his shot because I think there could have been an option to play the ball there. Ollie Watkins is getting ready to come on. It's not going to be a like for Marlon, please. But it's already, I'm surprised, it's an early change with 53 minutes into the game. It's still goalless at Villa Park, and it's looking like Ollie Watkins is ready to come on for Aston Villa. Bear with me, guys. Very intriguing. We'll see what happens here. I keep calling him Bryn Larson. It's Strand Larson back on his feet. Konza does so well, by the way, with Larson here. He gets a bit lucky because the ricochet deflects back off Larson and Wolves keep possession. But in fairness to Ezri Konza, I think he did really well. Are we seeing Watkins alongside Marlon? We are. Ollie Watkins. It's not a like for like. It's Ollie on. And now, will he go out wide? This is the question now. Are we going to see Watkins on the wing? Because we might be seeing Ollie on the wing here. I am very intrigued. Oh, no. It might be Marlon with Watkins and Rodgers out wide. I think we might be putting Morgan Rodgers out on the left-hand side. But I said this today, that I think this game screams for 2 out-and-out forwards. And we might be getting that. It will mean a weaker midfield, unfortunately. But it's 2 options to play the ball to, and it is the very traditional British 4-4-2 that we're finally seeing now. Oh, okay. The referee has called for a foul on Chichawa. I'm not even going to call that a challenge from Rodgers. Rodgers goes near him and he goes down. NB says can be good in a forward though. What do you mean? Ball into Watkins. Watkins, not the great pass into McGinn. We still have it Rodgers. Rodgers trying to find McGinn. Our passing in the final third has been pretty shit all day. And now Digne slipped. We've had a few slips now. And it means that they have a bit more freedom down the right-hand side here. Cross. Good header from Konza. We want the foul. Shot from distance. Save from Martinez. Cleared from Konza again. Well, Emi Martinez, I'll give him his credit. He's been very good today, and we've needed him to be. I mean, I think there might have been an offside there anyway. But all this happens because Luca Digne slips over. And their last 2 chances have been because one of our fullbacks has fell. Yeah, it would have been another. Say he would have scored that, it probably would have been disallowed anyway. Because there's another offside player in front of Martinez. Bear in mind, he's completely blind as he makes that save. There's no way he gets to see exactly where that shot's going. He still manages to save it, Emi Martinez. I think that's very good goalkeeping. Well, in fairness, from what I said at half time, I wanted 2 strikers on. And I think Buendia hasn't been good enough today and I'd take him off. And that's exactly what happened. The only other changes I said I would make, which haven't happened, is Onana and Ian Maatsen. I think this is definitely a Maatsen kind of game. Yeah, Ian Maatsen on the underlap can be very nice. Too scrappy, okay, bet. In my opinion, too scrappy. Free kick for Villa, 56 minutes gone. Still goalless at Villa Park between the 2 sides. It'll be Yuri Tielemans, right-footed. Doesn't even beat Totti. That's a really poor free kick. Again, I don't think Tielemans has played well today. I really don't. Rodgers, edge of the box for Villa. Morgan Rodgers, left-footed! And that's why he doesn't strike with his left foot often. And I can see why, because that is pretty dire from Morgan Rodgers. Surely Harvey Elliott offers a lot more than the play. Well, I did say this is the kind of game where our Harvey Elliott could have made a difference, I think. I don't really understand the premise of Elliott being good enough as a backup for Liverpool's Mo Salah, but not good enough for our bench. Like, how does that make any sense? At all? I don't really get that. And the loan just hasn't worked out for any team because, you would imagine with Liverpool's form, Elliott would be starting games for Liverpool now. And he can't do that. And Aston Villa, I mean, he's just not being utilised at all. So it's like, well, what's the point in the loan? We're paying his wages. Early cross on the left for Wolves, deflected away. Very good defender, actually, from Cash. And now he gets the 1-2. Matty Cash down the right is pulled, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. Should be a card as well, it is. Now, that's interesting. We've got to remember that. So, Wolf, the left back for Wolves, is on a yellow card now. That's really nice play from John McGinn into Matty Cash, and Cash literally stops play because he got pulled over there. Which I think sometimes, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of players doing that, but when the referee's just not giving them nothing. I can't believe Wolves actually should be winning a game of football. Got 1-0 Villa. It has not got 1-0 Villa written all over it. We've been dog shit. What are you on about? when a team is struggling for points, we always get, yep, exactly, Sabrina. We do it every bloody time. Second half, though, I mean, I've not really seen much of the ball in the final third, so I will reserve judgment because we have made a change, and I'm not just going to moan for the sake of it. We do have Watkins alongside Marlon, which is what I wanted. So we're going to see if that does work out. It's simple maths, really. Like, if you have a back five, right, and 3 centre halves, they have all their attention basically on one striker. You got to split it between the three of them. Here's Kamara into Marlon. Oh, lovely interchange, but Totti's there. And he's been man of the match today, by the way. Totti's been absolutely unreal for Wolves. Genuinely hasn't put a foot wrong all game. McGinn does well. McGinn in the box. Oh, you'll never get a foul for that, unfortunately. And they do clear long. Larson is held really well off by Ezri Konza. Okay, but so I can see us. Don't jinx it, man, please. He says you can see us pinching it. Have Liverpool scored? I think it's West Ham 0, Liverpool 1 in the Premier League. Yep, they have scored. Marlon for Villa. Trying to poke it through. I mean, Marlon's getting a bit more involved now, which is exactly what I thought would happen when you have someone else up there. Andre being surrounded, he clears it long. Actually, to be fair to him, finds a really good pass into Larson. And it's a throw into Aston Villa. The linesman changed his mind there. He was gonna flag for Villa. He decided late to flag the other way. Need Barkley on. Okay, but where would you put him there? Because, like I said, we essentially have 2 banks of 4 right now. So Barkley essentially only works as the one behind the striker. You can't really put Barkley out wide, and you can't really put Barkley in a 2-man midfield unless you're comfortably winning a game, you know? So, like I said, I think it's just screaming for Onana, personally. Cash. Left-footed cross towards far post. Sam Johnson flies out his goal and catches it. And on the hour mark, we have half an hour to go, guys. And it's still 0-0 at Villa Park. And, I mean, the stats will say 8 shots to... Well, no, never mind. The stats will say 10 shots to 7 with 50-50 possession. And we'll have slightly higher XG, but I don't bother XG anyway. Rodgers does well. Goes down. The referee waves away any foul. John McGinn now edge of the box. McGinn into Tielemans. Not the pass he kind of wanted. That's kind of been the way this game has panned out. The pass is not quite being 100% accurate. And it's like slowing down the game. Torres finds Luka Dean on the left-hand side. Back to Torres again. Trying to work our way through. Again, the tempo is still very low, but they do have everyone back. Cash now. McGinn out wide. Twists and turns. Cross is deflected. Villa corner at the whole 10. Come on, boys! Come on! I think it's the first corner of the second half for Aston Villa. Stephen BCFC says, up them Blue Boys. I mean, you do take it quite often, being a Blues fan. I can't lie. Mid-table in the Championship. 60,000 seat stadium for what? Rotherham at home. Enjoy. Corner to Aston Villa, 62 minutes play. We're doing our little weird routine of 3 players forward. Flicked on by Tielemans. Another flick on by Konza this time. It's bouncing, it's awkward, and Wolves get it clear. I don't like I don't mind our free kicks. I know Austin McPhee, he's not bad at his job, in fairness, but I don't think this set piece stuff he does is working today. We like to have 3 players at the near post and like 4 players at the back post, and they kind of come together. And the idea is we'll play it to the near post and he gets flicked on, which causes a bit more chaos. And I think like that, I don't mind that, but that shouldn't be the way we take every corner. That should be like one of the few ways we take corners, you know? And we have a set piece coach who plans this out. So I don't know. Cash is now down after receiving a knock. Still, it remains goalless at Villa Park between Aston Villa and Wolves. Elsewhere, like we said, we've seen Liverpool take the lead at West Ham and Brighton lead away at Forest. So the home teams today have not been great. Palace lost at home to United. Forest, like we said, 1-0 out of Brighton. West Ham 1-0 out of Liverpool. It's not boding well for Villa. And will Chelsea also follow that later as they play top of the league Arsenal at Stamford Bridge? Bit of a drinks break for the players right now. Rob Edwards giving his instructions to Wolves. Man. What other comments? Surging forward, a Villa post. Come on, lads. Surging is quite optimistic. The lack of crowd noise, all you need to know about his performance. I will say Villa Park's been very quiet today. I was going to say that earlier. There's not a lot of sound. And there's sometimes I kind of don't like the way Villa Park is. We often mirror the team, right? So if the team are doing really well, the crowd's really energetic. And it's really up for it. Especially if we're giving them something, you know, if we're hammering down the door, even if it's 0-0, but we're all over our opposition, the crowd's really with it. If we're having a bit of a shit game, it's a very quiet Villa Park. And I kind of hate that in a way. Because some teams will rile up their players with their sound. We're not one of those. Away, probably, you could say it's more like that, but at Villa Park, certainly not. Been watching Multiview, and I've never been more bored watching 3 games at once. Oh dear. I've not done the Multiview yet. I know it's like a thing on Sky, isn't it now? Cash now. I mean, Totti. What a game Totti has had. I mean, there's not a foul, in fairness, on Cash to Totti, and Cash is crying at the linesman about it. He has been absolutely rock solid at the back for them. No, Villa Park hasn't always been like that. Villa Park in the Championship was very energetic. I just found since we've been back in the Premier League, the energy and the atmosphere at Villa Park's different to how it used to be, and I don't know why. But it's been ever since we've been back in the Premier League, it's been like it. Bar the odd game, like the first home game back in the Premier League against Everton was very good, in fairness. But like the general consensus since we've been in the Premier League has just been this kind of way at Villa Park, and I don't like it. I really don't. And it's like, unless you're in the Holt end as well, like it's so weird. Like the only 2 sections of the ground that will consistently sing is the Holt end and the bit by the North Stand by the away end, and that's it. And only that happens because they get egged on by the away fans, so they have to do something. The rest of the ground's pretty quiet. Especially on a game like this, where it's like this will just essentially be the whole 10 that will get the sound. Chance for Villa with McGinn. He cuts it back to Kamara. Boubacar Kamara! Yeah! What a goal, Kamara! It had to be something special today! Boubacar Kamara with a missile into the top corner. What a terrific goal! Oh my word! That is an absolute missile from arguably the best player at Villa. I mean, the Wolves fans are complaining at the referee about something. What a strike from Boubacar Kamara. Absolute missile into the top corner. I was not expecting... You can basically tell from my reaction. I was not expecting that kind of shot from Kamara. It's an absolute rocket. Cut back from McGinn. Kamara in space. Left foot. Bang! What a strike. What a strike. And this is what I said earlier about Tielemans. In a game like this, I didn't think it'd be won by a wonder goal. But I don't mind him having a go. Because we're not really creating anything. And a wonder goal has put Aston Villa 1-0 up in the derby. They're complaining about, that's never be a foul on Gomez anyway. Oh my God, I've nearly lost my voice. Oh my God. Villa 1, Wolves 0. And we're just seeing a replay. Surely would never be disallowed for that anyway. They're complaining about a foul in the build-up. I think you're really, really reaching, in my honest opinion, for that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Still a long way to go here. But that is a huge, huge, huge goal for Aston Villa. In a game we've been very shit in. Let's be honest. We've been pretty shit today. But we'll take that. And now Marlon's pressing high. And that is better. And that's what I mean by the crowd being reactive. That's exactly what I mean by the crowd being reactive. Marlon goes down. Kamara edge of the box. Trying to find Cash. And Wolf is being pressed high. Villa get another throw in. The Villa crowd cheer it again. 20 minutes to go. Villa 1. Wolves 0. Kamara left foot missile into the top right corner is the difference so far. And it really was an absolute thundercunt from Boubacar Kamara. Edge of the box. Lovely cutback from John McGinn. Who has been, I love McGinn. He's never brilliant out wide. But that's the moment where you think, okay, maybe in a wide position, McGinn can offer a pass like that. Lovely ball into Kamara. It gets a bit of freedom. Left foot shot. Right in the top right-hand corner. Sam Johnson absolutely nowhere near it. And McGinn now battles again. McGinn's cross. Finds Ollie Watkins. Marlon coming in. Blocked. It's looping up into the air. Sam Johnson's missed it. Chance. Marlon! Oh, save from Johnson. Where's this come from? Where has this been all game? Where has this been all game? Free kick Villa for a handball as well as they tried to get a foul. I love that, by the way. That's the first good thing the referee's done all game. So in order to try and win the foul, was it João Gomez who goes to ground and holds the ball to make sure to give, to force the referee into a decision. The referee doesn't give a foul and essentially has given a free kick and I think a yellow card to Andre for a deliberate handball. Free kick Aston Villa, edge of the Wolves box. And this has been... where has this come from? Where has this come... We have not played like this all game. It took us to take the lead in order to actually start creating chances. And that was a good save from Johnson, by the way. He dived the wrong way and saved it with his legs to stop Marlon making it 2-0 Villa. Look, as much as I hate Wolves, this must hurt for Wolves because they've played well today. And they probably don't deserve to be losing this game. But it's what it is, man. It's a poor free kick, by the way. Really poor free kick. It's just... when you're down the bottom, things just don't go for you sometimes. And we had it when we were bottom of the league and we got relegated. Sometimes, we weren't abysmal every game. We were pretty shit for most of the season. But there were those games where you'd play well in and you'd get done by, the odd screamer or the odd incredible solo effort. And that's just how it can be when you're down at the bottom. I think Rob Edwards, say this game, and look, we still have a long way to go, but say this game does stay at 1-0, he can take a lot of positives from this game. Because if it weren't for Emi Martinez, they'd be winning. They would have probably won this game. And you never know. They've got a corner here. So you never know. You never know. This is what they can put more players forward for this. It's a set piece. They're a very big, physical, tall side Wolves. And they do have a corner in front of those away fans. And we got to make sure we don't do like we did in the Sunderland. Why is Cash marking Larson? Header's deflected away. Wolf clips it to the far post. Lovely cushion. Oh my God, that was an incredibly cushioned down header. McGinn on the break for Villa though. We'll talk about that after. John McGinn for Villa carries the ball 60 yards. Still John McGinn waiting for his... Oh, that's brilliant for McGinn. He's going to go all the way to the corner flag. Cross is deflected. Villa get a corner. All from John McGinn carrying the ball from our own box basically. Very well played from the captain. Very physical. Won the challenge. I mean, that's why I kind of wanted McGinn in the middle of the park today, in a way, because I know what he can provide in midfield. But we have seen it there, in fairness, with that. And the Villa fans are singing McGinn's name as well. I was going to go back to their corner. It was a really well cushioned down header, which no Wolves player reacted to. That could have been a very easy could have been a goal. I can't remember. Was it Mosquera cushioned it into literally on the penalty spot, but no Wolves player reacted. Villa do have a corner. Matty Cash to take, right-footed, flicked away at the near post. Gonna go back into Villa possession with Morgan Rogers to the corner taker. Cash, lovely knock on. Matty Cash into Digne. Digne finds Rogers. It's surely not Konza. McGinn will have a go. Deflected. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. Right? Yeah. I mean, John McGinn laughed at that. I mean, that could have gone anywhere. Sam Johnson dove the wrong way. The deflection just takes it wide. I mean, if that's going on target, that's 2-0 Villa. Like, Johnson's already committed the other direction. We just had to get that bit of luck. It's a double sub for Villa, and we're going to see Amadou Onana and Ross Barkley, which someone else said in my chat today about that being an idea. I am surprised we're bringing Barkley on into this kind of game. Because he's not super physical. He's a bit of a technical player, Ross, but I wouldn't say he's physical. Onana definitely is the right change. I wonder if we're actually... Yeah, we are. Yes. I was going to say, I wonder if we now pivot to that one striker formation. Daniel Marlon is off. I will applaud Marlon. He's had a tough game, I think, today. Very tough game to deal with. He didn't have a great deal of service, and he's playing a back five. And I think he did okay. He did okay with what he had. He's coming off, and I'm guessing we're gonna go back to the 4-4-1-1 with Barkley behind Ollie Watkins and Onana in midfield. Is surely my guess. Yeah, Yuri Tielemans is off. Who I don't think Tielemans had the best of the game either, in fairness. So yeah, so we are making a bit more of a physical midfield. Onana will help defend the set pieces as well. I think he does a couple things there. Corner to Villa, headed away. Nearly fell to Kamara at the edge of the box then again. And Chichua tries an early ball. Cash has done really well there. In fairness to Matty Cash, I think he's had a decent game today. He does slice his clearance a little bit and he goes out of play for a Wolves throw-in, but I think Cash has been okay. And now Konza... Oh, no, that's not what I want to see at all. Konza gone down and he's looking a bit hurt for Villa. What's happened here? Oh, he's wincing in pain, Ezri Konza. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Mr. Consistent at Aston Villa, and Mosquera, I think, will be booked. Unless he already did book him. So what happened here then? I've just seen this replay. So they play a long pass, hits into the chest of Cash. He clears it long. Oh, yeah, so Mosquera fouls Konza. So Mosquera got a yellow card for basically kicking out a Konza there. I mean, that's just disgusting. If anything, it really shows how vile Wolves are. That Mosquera, just in a challenge with off the ball, decides to just, lash out at Konza for no reason. Proper scumbag club sometimes, Wolves are. There's genuinely no need for it, no reason. Was Marlon's shot on target outside the box? It wasn't Marlon, it was John McGinn. I might have accidentally said the name wrong. It was John McGinn's shot that was deflected and it went wide. I think it was on target, but it was deflected past the post with Johnson diving the wrong way. If I said Marlon, I apologise, but it was John McGinn. Villa wanted a foul there, by the way, as Morgan Rogers went down. Just The referee waves away. He's still down, actually, Rodgers. 13 minutes to go. It is Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. Boubacar Kamara. Oh, it's not Rodgers, it's Kamara. Why is Kamara down there? I saw where it was on the pitch and I just presumed it was Morgan Rodgers because he's the one who always gets fouled every game. But it was Boubacar Kamara, the goal scorer for Villa. He's now back on his feet and back into position, but hobbling about a little bit, which is not what you want to see. Totti for Wolves. And we'll see what I said. We'll see if it comes true. Basically, I said at halftime, whoever gets the first goal wins the game. It was Villa who got that first goal. What was the referee doing here? What is going on? Referee stopped playing. Is he looking to send off the Wolvesman? What is going on? Oh, he's reviewing something. I don't know what he's reviewing. Oh, this could be a red card for Wolves. I mean, I don't think it's a red card either. That's not a red card. He jumps into it with Kamara. Look, I think if that's a red card, that's a joke. And I'm saying this as a Villa fan. That's never a red card. The game has gone if he sends him off for that. No way. What? Hang on, he's going to talk. Oh. Okay. He doesn't get sent off, but he's given Wolves a yellow. What? He's used VAR to give a yellow. Okay, fine. Look, it's not a red. It's fine. I don't mind that being a red card. That's actually a good refereeing. I thought he was going to send him off for that because he did the VAR screen. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's exactly my reaction with. Since when could you use VAR for a red? That's why when I saw him do the monitor, I was like, surely he's not going to walk for that. But he's used VAR to give a yellow card. Huh? What is going on? Did that really need a review? Like I said, I don't think it was a red card. Look, it's reckless, and it's definitely a yellow. It's 100% a yellow card. 100% a yellow card. Because he's jumped in and landed on Kamara's ankle, which is why he went down. So when I saw that it went to VAR and he did the symbol for VAR, I'm like, well, that's a red card then, surely, because he's using VAR to make a decision. But he's just giving him a yellow, and you know what? That's fine. I think it's the correct decision. But just like I got whispered in my chat saying, I thought VAR could only be used for. I thought it could only be used for a red card. I'm really confused by that, but sure. Look, I'm not going to complain, especially when I think that's the correct decision. I'm looking at it the other way. Like, if that's Kamara doing that and he's been sent off for that, I'd be a bit disappointed because it's like it's just. I know it's the way that modern football is going, but you have that happen. You go into a tackle, you go into a 50-50. Sometimes you are going to accidentally step on someone's foot. It's going to happen. It's contact sport. A yellow card's fine. I don't mind that. A yellow card is fine. Free kick to Villa, left-footed, towards Amadou Onana, who goes down. Digne picks it up on the left-hand side. Digne's cross. Oh! Flicked away by Sam Johnson. No one attacks it. There's an open goal there if anyone got there. I mean, where's your faith in your goalkeeper, Wolves? Sam Johnson called for that, dove at it, and the defender in front of him flicked it away. What? Is there just no faith in Sam Johnson? What is that about? Very strange. Cash. And we are forced back into Cash, actually, as well. We tried to play down the right-hand side, and it's fine. We just forced backwards instead. I'm watching it live, you clowns. I can just mute you guys. It isn't 1-1. For anyone, don't be confused by these idiots. Absolute psychos. There you go, they get muted. Didn't bait me for a second. I have Virgin Media and it provides the best latency. I could tell you what the score is, big man. Well, that's a bit of a... I will say, it's a poor pass from Kamara. What a tackle to make up for it. It's a terrific player he's been. Barkley into Watkins. Now can Watkins get redemption? Ollie Watkins is fouled. Free kick to Aston Villa, edge of the box. I think he wanted to take it quickly then, but he's decided against it. Free kick to Aston Villa. Agbadu in the ear of the referee there saying it's not a foul, but shut up, man. He just said he predicted 3-0. Well, I didn't actually give a score prediction today. I probably would have said 2-0 Villa. I definitely would have predicted a win. I was really pissed with the way we played first half. And don't get me wrong, I still don't think we played well second half either. But it was, we're playing the worst team in the league, one of the worst teams ever in Premier League history, and we've relied on a moment of magic, basically. West Ham have had a red card. Lucas Paquetá. Oh my days, Paquetá was given 2 yellows in the same minute. What happened? Well, according to... look, take Flasco with a pinch of salt. I'm not watching the game. But apparently... He said something to the referee which got him a second yellow. What would he have possibly said? Oh yeah, you just said it as well, Wiz. What did he say? The hell would you... What on earth constitutes as another yellow to the referee after giving a yellow? Free kick to Villa. It's Digne! And that's always over. That's a poor free kick. We had 3 around that. Barkley, Digne, Rodgers. And it was the left foot of Digne, but it was never going to threaten Sam Johnson. Unfortunately, it was always going over. 6 minutes until we've hit the 90. It is 1-0 to Aston Villa. Still the difference in this game is that Boubacar Kamara rocket from the edge of the Wolves penalty area. I'd struggled to give a man of the match today, to be honest, because I think their back 5 has been pretty good. Like I said, I thought Totti at 0-0, it would have been nailed on for Totti to get man of the match today. I still think he's been very good for them. As psycho as it would be to give man of the match to one of their players in a game they're losing 1-0, I probably still would just about give it to Totti. He's been absolutely incredible for Wolves. Five minutes to go. We've still yet to really make... another player's gone down for Villa this time. Is it Ross Barkley? What's Barkley down for? Oh, for God's sake, man. Barkley's come on. How is he possibly hurt? Oh, there is actually going to be a double change. Sancho is coming on and Bogard. So we're probably going to see Bogard. Are we going to see Bogard for Barkley and then put McGinn forward in the 10? Oh, John McGinn is reenacting the thing Mosquera. Was it Mosquera who got the yellow card? No, was it Andre? No, it wasn't Andre. No, it was Mosquera. Mosquera jumped into the challenge into Kamara. McGinn was basically copying what he did. It's just not a red card. I'm sorry, John. I don't see that being a red card ever. Do you cash out or nah? I'm not jinxing shit, bro. So you do what you want to do. Oh, Martinez. You know what? Emi Martinez is an insane shout. I forgot. And I feel really bad, actually. Because Emi Martinez doesn't make those saves, we don't win today. So you are absolutely spot on. You are that save onto the crossbar in the first half. And even in the second half, when he had very little vision, as a player offside in front of him, those goals have been very controversial in the last few months because some of them seem to get given, some of them don't. And he basically dove blind Martinez and still made the save. So you know what? You make a huge point. Probably should be to Emi Martinez. Because without Emi Martinez today, and although he's had his criticisms this year, and I'm still not the biggest fan of his behaviour this season, how he wanted to force a move. But for what he's done on the pitch today, probably is Emi Martinez. You are right. Arias is being subbed for Wolverhampton Wanderers as Tolu Arakoda. I've never heard. I'm not even gonna lie. I've never heard of this footballer in my entire life. He's coming on for Wolves. Barkley's going to go off. Apparently, McGinn was going to be the one to go off, but because Barkley's picked up a knock since coming on, he's going to go off now. So Barkley's... What a waste of a sub that is, by the way. I know, like, you can't help players getting injured, but Barkley come on, what, maybe 15 minutes ago? Is that to come off because he's picked up a knock? So you waste 2 subs, essentially, on one player. But it is Jadon Sancho to come on for the last few minutes. We only have 2 minutes to go, plus injury time. There'll probably be a little bit of injury time here, especially with the VAR check and with players going down. I'd expect minimum of 5 already, and there could still be even more stoppage here. Balls throw long. Onana, good header forward. Onana is the perfect sub in these kind of games as well. Someone who can help defend set pieces, someone who can help keep the ball. It's a chance for Villa, by the way. Rodgers into Sancho off the bench. Jadon Sancho. Oh, what he did. If it works, he's called a magician. He just tries to very nonchalantly flick the ball on the inside, and he gets tackled. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work out because Chichawa actually reads Sancho very well. If that does work, he does look very good in doing it. But he takes the gamble. But that's what I said I like about Sancho. He'll take players on. He will take players on. Especially at Villa, most players there would stay on the left-hand side and just be patient and wait for the opportunity to try a cutback. Sancho will actually try and take defenders on, which is exactly what he did. It doesn't work out all the time, like it didn't there, but I don't mind that. I don't mind him having a go. That's probably a free kick to Wolves, it is. Foul on Larson. 2-0 Brighton. Oh, dear. Forest. Oh, dear, Forest. 2-0 down at home to Brighton. And Brighton are very good, to be fair. Let's give Brighton their flowers. I think they're a good side. Some people thought they'd struggle when they got rid of... not got rid of, but their manager went to Marseille. I remember some people saying they would struggle. I think Brighton have been very good. They've kept up their consistency. And Forest, who had a little bit of a run going, have hit a brick wall here. Free kick to Wolves into the hands of Emi Martinez, who dives to the floor. Bowls it out quickly, actually. I think he was going to time waste. Saw the opportunity to play on the break. Rodgers for Aston Villa. Finds Jadon Sancho. Sancho cuts back inside. He's lost the ball against Sancho. He's not having a great time out there, Jadon Sancho, in fairness. Yeah, the commentator literally just said it too. He just copied me. 9 minutes! 9 minutes added time! 9! I know there was a fair bit. 9! 9's a bit insane, no? Bear in mind, I'll cast you lot back to PSG at home, right? When we were beating them 3-2 and there was tons of stoppages in that game, and we had 3 minutes of added time in that, and I'll never forget it. 3 minutes for that game, 9 for this one. What? Genuinely, what? That is interesting. The Wolves look like scoring. I mean, if it wasn't for Emi Martinez heroics, they already would have scored. I mean, is the referee a dingle? I wonder. Because how on earth have you given 9 minutes here? Genuinely, how have they given 9 minutes of injury time? What? I said 5 at a push. If they said 6, fine, right? 9? I just don't know where they've got those extra 3 minutes from. Would it have been 9 if this game would have been 0-0? 2-0 Liverpool. Oh dear, well, Liverpool actually won a game. West Ham are so shit. I mean, so are we, because we lost to them as well. But hang on, I'm watching this replay here. What was Areola doing for the first bit of that? Oh, West Ham. Oh, that goal's horrid. That goal's absolutely horrid. What are they doing? First, Areola goes walkabout, and then, who's the defender for West Ham? He just essentially gave Gakpo the ball in front of goal. That's a horrid goal. West Ham are shit. I mean, I do think the bottom 5 teams in this league are pretty pony. Like, I can't lie. They are pretty bad. It's just only 3 of them can go down. They're lucky only 3 can go down. Because they are pretty shite. Free kick to Aston Villa. And I will say their physicality is going against them here a little bit because they're starting to fall into the trap of giving soft free kicks to Aston Villa now. And it was the other way in the first half. Guys, double tap the screen if you haven't already. We got 3,200 likes today over on TikTok. You guys have been amazing. Cross on the right from Villa away. Onana in towards McGinn. If your cash out was 119, what on earth was your bet? Did you have what? Kamara first goal? If you had Kamara first goal scorer, you are insane. And I also want your lottery numbers. I refuse to believe someone out there has Kamara first goal scorer. Like, genuine shouts for that. Obviously, the likes of Marlon. Even Matty Cash, I don't think is an insane shout these days for first goal scorer. But surely not for Kamara, right? It's £80 on it. Inter Milan, Villa, and Olympiacos. You could. I mean, we still have 6 minutes to go here. I don't know. I'd be disappointed if we drop points from here, but it is Aston Villa. I will say in general, I would never bet on playing Aston Villa. Like, bet on Aston Villa in general, whether you want them to win or lose. We are very, very difficult team to not only predict, but to believe in at times. Yeah. 94 minutes have been played. 5 minutes of the added time minimum to play. Johnson's free kick for Wolves. I mean, that's poor. Sancho, though, volleys it forward. Why? What was the point of that, Jadon Sancho? He's just giving them the ball again. Onana doesn't win the header. Ball bounces and Digne will get it back now and puts it out for a throw into Wolves on the far side. Forest also lucky only freaking there. That's what I mean. They're lucky. They're lucky it's only the bottom 3 because, I mean, Wolves have been pony all season. Burnley only look remotely good at home. And Leeds, I mean, Leeds don't play games like they're 90 minutes. They're a little bit like Villa, but in a worse way. They play games in patches, and it's really strange. It's an awkward looping ball, by the way, that Villa just do not seem to want to deal with. And I think Martinez was ready to catch that, and we just kind of take it out of his hands, and it will be a corner to Wolves with 4 minutes to play. And Rod Edwards, does he want Johnson to go forward? No, Johnson's on the halfway line for Wolves. I imagine if they got another late corner, Johnson probably comes up because they still have another 4 minutes to play. So I understand why they probably don't want to put Johnson forward for this. Corner comes in. Oh my God, it's going to go to the back post. Save from Martinez. Huge save again, Martinez at the far post. Oh my life, boys. A good control actually from João Gomez there as well. As Gomez who had the shot that was saved from Emi Martinez. Yeah, 100%. Emi's man of the match today. That is fine by me. Absolute hero in goal. Gomez. Bicycle kick pass to his teammate on the halfway line. Because why not? 3 minutes to survive. Another hoisted long ball forward. And a long shot's deflected into the hands of Martinez, who's once again there to collect the ball for Aston Villa. I wonder who they will give man of the match to. I don't think they've given one yet. Yeah, so good. To tell you what, that save I probably should have given more credit to. Gomez has absolutely thumped that towards Martinez. Sancho, that's a good pass out wide. There's a chance for Villa. It's Morgan Rogers! Save from Johnson at the other end. Fizzed that towards goal, Morgan Rogers did. And it's a good save at the near post by Sam Johnson to keep Wolves in this competition. That's really well played from John McGinn. Villa have a corner at the whole 10. McGinn also would have been a shout for man of the match today, in fairness. He's just done the basics right now. How many extra minutes? Guys, there are 9 added and we have played 7. And we have a corner at the whole 10. And we don't have many up for this in fairness. I'd be very surprised if we don't play this short, to be honest. In fact, Rodgers has come across. We have one player in the box, which is Ollie Watkins. Now 2 with Sancho. We're holding it in the corner. Oh, what is that, Rodgers? What are we doing? What on earth is Rodgers doing there? He just has a chance to hold the ball, tries to roll it into McGinn. It just goes out of play harmlessly. McGinn does well in midfield again. Except the pass was pretty shit. Oh. He does well to hold the ball. The pass is torrid. Hold it in the corner. It's 2 points Wolves. I know, it's incredibly shameless. Look, Wiz, you've seen the game. We've not been great today. You have seen how we've played. It is shameless, I know, but we have been pretty poor, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, in fairness. Free kick Villa, foul from Konza, and we're going to take as much time as we've got. We've got 1 more minute to survive this. And it is still 1-0 to Aston Villa. Boubacar Kamara missile into the top corner is the difference in this local derby. Wolves, as things stand, will still only have 2 points in the Premier League. Will they go down as the worst Premier League side in history? They've played well today. Like I said, my man of the match today is Emi Martinez. His saves in the first half, keeping Aston Villa in this game, allowing Kamara's shot to actually win the game potentially, is the reason why we are still in the hunt for 3 points here. And we have another player for Wolves has gone down injured here. And Sam Johnson wants to take this free kick. Why is there a Wolves player down? Just get on with the game, man. This is great for Villa, but they're losing. And they got a player down. He's hobbling. Oh, he might have to get some treatment, actually, João Gomez. He's hobbling forward. Johnson has pushed the ball forward here, and the referee hasn't seen. Johnson's gained like another 5 yards with this free kick. 114 of you in the live stream over on TikTok. Villa defend the free kick with a header from Onana, Totti. And they still have to put this ball into the box. Totti's pass is poor. And that should be it! Yeah! 3 points for Aston Villa at Villa Park. And it was pretty poor today, to be honest. I did say it doesn't matter how we do it, but sometimes you just have to grind these results out. And we were pretty poor today. But we did just about enough. It was a Boubacar Kamara missile that has won the game for Aston Villa. And we can finally breathe a sigh of relief because that was nowhere near good enough. And it's one of those where we'll move on. It's 3 points. It's a clean sheet. And it's good on paper if you look at it that way. But this game was pretty poor. And the players will be the first to admit that. That was a pretty dire game of football. Wolves, I'll give Wolves credit as much as I want to laugh at them. They're bottom of the league on 2 points. Safety is 11 points. They're 9 away. And with minus 21 goal difference, it's another loss for Wolves this season in their perilous season. But they did actually play well. And if it weren't for my man of the match, Emi Martinez, I think they probably win this game, which is how bad we played. Aston Villa are 3rd in the Premier League now with that win. We have gone above Chelsea, who do play today, against the league leaders Arsenal. But for the horrid start Villa had, as things stand, we are 5 points off top of the league. We're a point behind Manchester City, who we beat. And suddenly, that horrid season for Villa at the start, I mean, if we didn't piss about for the first 4 games of the season, we probably would be second right now. But of course, we had to take our time getting going. And that's another story in itself. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, for the final time, look, I go live on YouTube and TikTok. I had it up to like 120 viewers on TikTok there. You guys have been amazing. I appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, we can be happy. We won the game. I'll end the stream with this, right? It's one of those things where you ever see the graph, it's like, I can't wait to watch Villa play. And it's like, I want to die Villa playing so bad. And at the very end, it's like, oh, cool, we won. That's kind of how this game kind of was, to be honest. Thank you for watching. See you again very soon. And